They're likely going to cards. Well, they are going to the cards, but a commercial break, I meant. So I have
9 years of service to our country.
Herring winning.
On a day on the calendar that means so much.
Should be a unanimous decision.
We will hear from the judges when we return. Is Jamel Herring a new American hero, or did Ito hold on? Stay with us.
Yeah, let's mute right there. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. What time is it? It is 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, May the 26th, 2019. I've been watching Jamel Herring for quite some time, actually several years now. Up until this point, he's been fighting on ESPN Plus undercards, and we've been hearing that he was going to get a WBO title shot against the winner of Jamel Herring, Christopher Diaz. We was hearing that a long time ago, for like some time. So now that it's here, in my opinion, he should get an easy, it depends. See, here's the thing. I got him winning a unanimous decision. But in these day and age, with these cards we've been seeing, you never know. But Masayuki Ito, since the commentators were, put it this way, they wanted him to win. It looked, Andre Ward, Joe Tessitore, Timothy Bradley, they kept talking about this right hand. Like we've known Masayuki Ito, the judge. By the way, I didn't know it was Steve Kim that gave him that name, but shout out, to him for giving a fighter an alias that stuck. So I think when they do the pictures and the photos of Masayuki Ito from now on, they should have the gavel in his hand. Ooh, what if it's bad cards, bad judging, bad judge? Wait, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to title my video. See, I was saying that if he would have KO'd Jamel Herring, and by the way, I actually had Herring doing better than a lot of people expected him to do. For some reason, they thought that Masayuki Ito was going to knock him out. 25, 1-1 with 13 KOs. Well, he should be now 25, 2-1 with 13 KOs. Most notable fight, remember, against Christopher Diaz. Then he had that stoppage in his first title defense. And was he over here before that? I could have sworn I saw him before. Nope. First fight I ever seen him in was against Christopher Diaz, and before that I was like I was sick, so I was doing like a little preliminary research. Jamel Herring, Ladarius Miller, you may remember that fight. Denis Shafikov, he was over on PBC at that time. Then Top Rank signed him up, and these are those undercards I was telling you about, ESPN Plus. Now he's here winning the world title. And he's supposed to go on to fight Miguel Berchelt, who was sitting there ringside and was there at the weigh-in photobombing. It looks like that's penciled in next, unless Herring wants to go have a tune-up, not a tune-up, but a first title defense, kind of like a Richard Comey did, even though he's coming off of a injury like he's going to have against Ray Beltran, or if he wants to go straight into that unification. I'm pretty sure that Top Rank is going to offer some big money for that. 36-1 with 32 KOs. What is going on? Oh, okay, we're waiting for them to come back. So, looking at the 130-pound division, once again, Miguel Berchelt, who beat up Francisco Vargas a couple of weeks ago. WBC champion. Was that last week or a couple of weeks ago? A couple of weeks ago. WBC champion Javante Tank Davis is fighting Rene Alvarado is Ricardo Nunez. I believe it's Ricardo Nunez. Andrew Cancio is going to be fighting Alberto Machado in a rematch coming up very soon. It's not really no highlights for the ESPN fight. I mean, nothing like.
More importantly, it's just a goal that I set for myself. That
a lot of people may wonder, in the 11th round, or was that a 10th? Was that a knockdown or not?
He was superb defensively, holding Ito
the punch.
20% connect.
Andre Ward scorecard. I can agree with that.
Wins it 116 to 112. But
that's what I actually, I can agree with 8 rounds to 4.
Will the Marine, who has fought through tragedy and heartbreak, become
Tevin
a world
Farmer,
champion?
IBF.
Right now,
we don't know what he's going to do.
Ladies ladies and gentlemen, after 12
He should be watching
rounds
this,
of
though. Can he
action,
beat
we
Jamel
have a
Herring?
unanimous decision. And here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Alexander Levin scores the bout 116 to 112. Judges Thomas Nardoni and Lisa Jampa both scored the bout 118 to 110. All three in favor of the winner. And the new WBO Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, Jamel.
Made it. And you know, I was having some questions about if he could, you know, survive weight-wise at 130 pounds. He did slow down later on in the fight, but still he kept his composure. Let's listen to his post-fight interview, and I'm interested to hear what he's going to do next. If he's really going to go for the Berchelt and say he's going to go for the Berchelt, or dance around the question, like, well, I'm gonna go back and talk to my team, and you know, I'm gonna take some time off. That's what I want to hear. There's Miguel Berchelt there in the ring.
Is in the ring. He's the WBC champ, and he wants a unification belt. But for right now, it's time for Jamel Herring and his fellow Marines to celebrate. It would have been his daughter Ariana's 10th birthday today.
Busy now to boxing. I still got 2 more fights to cover.
A man who has suffered through the unthinkable loss now has one of the great wins.
Let's wait for him to get the post. Oh, there he is.
Is the new
Christina,
world champion,
there, she got him.
and he's with Christina.
Jamel, can you put into words what you're feeling right now?
Oh man, it's just unbelievable. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. But
happy birthday, Ari!
I just want to first and foremost, I just want to say happy birthday to my daughter who passed away from SIDS. Today would have been her 10th birthday. This is for her. Happy birthday, Ariana. I also want to say this is dedicated to my best friend that grew up, that passed away, who was in the service as well. I'd like to say I love you, Lance Corporal Stephen Brown. I miss you, bro. Shout out to everybody back in Long Island.
Solid card.
Omaha, and all my veterans out there, this is for you. Hoorah!
The ring is broke. Everybody.
Terrence, you spent most of the training camp as a 4th trainer in camp with Jamel. How happy are you, not only for Jamel, but for Bomac, Red, Saul, Omaha, B&B Boxing Academy?
Oh, man. Words can't explain how happy I am for him. You know, we didn't talk over and over and over and time again through camp. And I just told him go out there, have fun, and do what he do best. And just enjoy the moment and go out there and get what he deserved.
Miguel Berchelt is sitting here, watched you win this title. He said that he wants the winner. What are your thoughts on jumping right into a unification fight?
Oh, they thought they was gonna get Ito to begin with, to be real honest. Everybody counted me out, but like I said, much respect to him. I spoke to him yesterday. He's a real polite gentleman. Nothing but love and respect. Like I said, if it makes sense, we can do it.
Well, I got the man right here, Miguel Berchelt. If Mr. Bob Arum, the boss over there, makes a fight, a unification fight, are you ready to challenge Mr. Herring?
Pues bueno, primero que nada quiero felicitar a Henry, hizo una gran victoria y pues bueno, estoy listo para enfrentar a los mejores, con que me diga Bob Arum,
I forgot
estoy
that.
listo.
I'm ready. First of all, I want to congratulate
Herring is
Jamel.
tall. He's
I'm ready
5'10".
to face the best, and I'm ready.
All right, we got the WBC champ, the WBO champ.
Look at that
Will we see
height.
a unification fight in the future? That's to be determined. Tess, back to you.
What emotion in the ring with Jamel Herring.
That height looks crazy, right? Oh, I didn't get to show y'all. My bad. I had the FBI thing up. I wish I didn't have to use that, man. But you know, we're getting closer and closer and closer. But yeah. So let's break down 130 real quick. As I was saying, you know, Miguel Berchelt, who you just saw in the ring, you know, 130-pound champion. They're both under the same promotional banner in Top Rank. You have Gervonta Tank Davis, who's on that outside, or as it's called, the other side of the street in regards to 130 pounds. Because what we see is Miguel Berchelt, who's with Top Rank, Tevin Farmer, who's with the Zone, and Andrew Concio, who is in Jamel, who is with Golden Boy, and now Jamel Herring, they can all work together promotionally, because we've seen Top Rank work with Golden Boy and vice versa. We've seen the Zone and Top Rank work together. But when it comes to the asset, which he is, Devonta Davis, over on the PBC side, he's not allowed to fight outside of his promotional banner, and he's going to be fighting his mandatory anyway, and Ricardo Nunez, and he's got some shit going on in his career. Tevin Farmer's got a mandatory with Guillermo Fournoy, and frankly, he's on some shit right now, and he's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. But nonetheless, I don't think that Eddie Hearn and his promotional company and also the Zone are going to allow him just to, as he wants, to fight only his mandatories and unifications. I mean, unifications are cool, but it seems as though, he really want to give guys like Jojo Diaz a hard time in getting a title shot, or, like making like good fights that fans want to see. By the way, Jojo Diaz is out there. He's on the Golden Boy side. Don't be surprised. And at 130 now, don't be surprised if he fights at Francisco Vargas or something. I wouldn't be surprised. Or Jonathan Oquendo. Or, you got Lamont Roach, who right now is ranked by the WBO. And Ryan Garcia, he's at 135. Not looking good to see him. It's not looking like we're going to see him at 130 pounds anymore. But still, he's out there. And that's pretty much 130 pounds. Shout out to the Jamel Herring. So it's going to be really interesting to see what he is going to do. And if the WBO, would they order, him to fight a mandatory or fight a unification? Or would he have some time for a title defense? Like, for example, they can probably sell him in a homecoming against a Jonathan Oquendo or a Jason Sosa, or even, whatever Scott Quigg is doing out there, because he's at 130 pounds right now. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. You had Jose Pedraza win on the undercard. There was an upset earlier in the night with Antonio Vargas losing to a Jose Maria Cardenas. Adam Lopez won the night against Juan Carlos Rivera. Koki Ito lost to, it was a no decision against, what was that? Originally ruled TKO, but replay showed Ito headbutted Citron prior landing to the fight-ending punch. Oh, okay. So next week is going to be Joshua versus Ruiz, and then, we got a whole lot of boxing coming up every week. I love it, because now it allows me to do like fights on the weekends, and we have some really big plans coming up for Patreon and Twitch to give you more in-depth boxing coverage. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.